What's popping and what's dropping? It's your boy, Live with the Rick. In full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how DJ Smooth do. I'm back in full effect with my boy Craig, representing the 662. Y'all already know how we do. And Jimmy J Smooth that's representing the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. So, without further ado, man, what the fuck we gonna talk about in this motherfucker, Craig?
Man, we're gonna talk about everything, bro. Because I think the latest buzz in Memphis right now is about Scott Mattis, and shit, that shocked the hell out of me, man. He's like second, he did like second Fox 13 reporter to be up in the news for shit. Because the first one was the dude that on Good Morning Memphis,
Ron Maroney,
the white dude.
Ron Maroney, dick in the booty ass.
Yeah,
continue.
So he still serves some time though, but it probably
well, actually, he's not serving time. He's just under house arrest, and he got to report. He got to report where he lives, so he won't be so close to a school district because he lives out in Bartlett. Because you can research him. You can research him right now, and his name will come up as a registered sex offender. And
damn, so he can't do nothing.
Yeah, once you become a registered sex offender, it's only so many places you can go. You can't go near a park. It's a motherfucker. You may as well leave. You may as well leave
around children and
can't be near parks. I mean, it's a hell of a thing. So it's right. Yeah. I mean, you may as well leave the fucking country if you're going to be a registered sex offender. I mean, that's just how bad it is. So
shit, he got grandkids. He can't even be around his own grandkids.
Yeah, from what I understand about that, he can't even be around any kind of children. But this dude, I think this what Ron Maroney had, it was an incident that happened when he was a priest out in Baltimore, and he's been a news reporter for many years. I mean, outside of Good Morning Memphis, he was a reporter in Baltimore and several other cities and stuff like that. So yeah, Ron Maroney, dick in the booty ass. Yeah, if you type up his name, if you're from Memphis and you're listening to the live stream, you can literally type up his name and find his address. And his address is accessible to the public. But continue what you was about to say about Ron Mattis, boxhead ass, egghead ass.
That pretty much shocked me there, brother. And I was like, whoa. And I thought it was like a joke. I said, no, it's him. He had mugshot and everything. Oh, that's him. But from what I understand, I think he did have a history of abuse, domestic abuse and stuff like that, alcohol. Mm-hmm. But not to take nothing away from the dude. The man was a hell of a reporter, though.
Yeah, but he had his moments on the news too. A lot of people didn't like him. A lot of people didn't like him either. So I mean, it is what it is with that dude, man. But and then if you look at the mugshot, he looks like he's getting into something. I mean,
yeah,
it looked like it's something popped off. Now, it might not have been for all intents and purposes. You know what I'm saying? I have to use the word allegedly. You know what I'm saying? For all intents and purposes, because we don't know. The court of law might say, "Oh, this motherfucker didn't do nothing," but from that mugshot, that motherfucker looked like he was on something. He was on some coke. He looked like he got into a dispute. And then from the police report, they talking about he had 2 handguns and he was telling the police to get out my house. You're not welcome here. He was telling the fucking police after his spouse allegedly called and said, "Hey, get out the house." This is all allegedly. So if I'm saying like I know what happened, please, this all is allegedly. I have to for legal purposes. But anyway.
But on that note, allegedly here in Memphis means it's true. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the dude was according to the reports, they were talking about this dude telling the police, "Get out my house, y'all. I didn't invite you over." It was a lot of shit. And then Fox 13's general manager, who was over, or the vice president who was over all this incident, it was like, "We don't discuss personal matters uh, our employers' personal matters. But if you hold on for it, let's back this shit up. You discuss everybody's personal matters. Remember, y'all the news, so everything is news.
Oxymoron.
But yeah, it's a fucking oxymoron up in this motherfucker. How the fuck you say you don't discuss employees' personal matters? Which I understand you're an employer, but still, you put everybody's business out in the street. You know what I'm saying? When that dude on News Channel 3 got into something, I can't even. It was something that happened with a reporter on News Channel 3 years ago. Them motherfuckers went all in on this motherfucker. On whoever. I think it was the son of Jerry Tate. The Jerry Tate was originally on Channel 13 before he was on.
Yeah, he retired.
But the extent of his career was on Channel 3. But he was on Channel 13 when it was ABC 13. But they ran that dude's son in the fucking ringer. But now, when it's time to get one of your reporters, and it's the second time because this is something Ron Maroney did way back in the day. So I mean,
yeah, it came to light.
And it came to light, and then he was apologizing. So we know for a fact that he's a dick in the booty pedophile. But this motherfucker liked it. For legal purposes, Scott Dax, whatever the fuck his name is, this motherfucker looked like he did something. I'm gonna just be honest. He looked like he did something. It looked like something popped off. He whooped the bitch ass. Possibly he might have pulled a gun on that chick. I don't know. And the memes on around the Memphis metropolitan area, they clowning this dude around the Memphis. I should say the tri-state area. The whole area. Yeah, the whole Memphis area. The whole tri-state area, man, is clowning this fool. They had the Project Pat memes. He was like, I forgot the verse to Project Pat just that quick, motherfucker.
Whatever.
He said if your boss walked in, Scott gonna play it all cool. If he step in the biz, he gonna slap his ass too. They just getting on this dude. They had all types of 3-6.
You already know they
come out. I bet you won't hit a motherfucker. They clown this dude. I mean,
man,
this dude. Yeah, but you know what? The way I see it is because what baffles me, because like I said, this is an alleged incident, but it looks from the evidence I'm seeing, it looks clearly that this man was into a dispute, some type of dispute. But here's the thing. What baffles me more than anything is there's a lot of fucking Negroes caping for this motherfucker. Now,
and I wanted to touch up on that.
Go ahead.
I want to touch up on that, and I saw that person that responded. Okay, Scott Madison's incident presently and Claudia Barr's past incidents is entirely two different levels. So why would this person put Claudia Barr's business out there like that? Hey, whatever Claudia did that shit. But that, but it don't never get reported. I mean, yeah, it was true. I mean, when she was on Fox 13, she admitted one time. She said it is tough, when you have to deal with drug and alcohol abuse, when you're recovering alcoholic, take from somebody who knows. She said it one time on Fox 13, but she never said nothing about like hard drugs or whatever. So why I'm gonna know why the fuck this broad had the nerve to sit there and mention something about Claudia smoked crack. What that got to do with it? Because hell, Scott Madison told the police to get the fuck out of his house.
Yeah, something that he basically violating the law, antagonizing a police officer. They could have brought up all types of charges on this motherfucker. So that incident. The thing about Claudia Barr, and I've said this on my live stream, and I'm gonna say it again. The thing with Claudia Barr is a person who's doing drugs. I'm talking about, for the most part, it could be self-destructive unless you have like a spouse or something like that. That's a self-destructive thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have a spouse involved, that can affect people. But the thing is, domestic violence, no matter which way you turn it, whether it's male or female, that affects a lot of people. That can affect other family members. It can affect kids. It can affect a host of people. So this is two totally different situations because I could be a crackhead, for lack of a better term, and only affect myself and not affect anybody else. Hell, I'm just a self-destructive crackhead. But this situation, a domestic violence motherfucker, an abusive bitch made motherfucker, like I said in my last live stream, that's a whole nother avenue, because domestic violence can get to the point to where, let's say this woman ends up leaving this dude, which most likely she's gonna have to save face, unless she's one of them dumbass bitches. But let's say she leaves this dude. Domestic violence can be so fucked up for a female to the point to where you gonna have, she's gonna be the type of female with all men's are pigs. In our black women's cases, niggas ain't shit. They never will be shit. Domestic violence can literally affect a lot of people on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother avenue. Claudia Barr should not be the scapegoat for this motherfucker's fuck up.
Claudia retired, ain't?
Yeah, Claudia's in real estate. Claudia is a millionaire, which is why she left Channel 3. She left Channel 3 because she was making money in real estate out there in Memphis. And, you know, like I say, Claudia Barr was not the nicest person in public. I've actually met Claudia Barr in public. But one thing I remember during the Memorial Day flooding, I think it was one of those major floods that happened in Houston that was national.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend of 2011.
Yeah, and when there was some floods out here in Houston, and she asked about it. She was like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm good." It's just because I was living in Fifth Ward at the time. This was like around 2015, 2014. Because when it flooded in Fifth Ward, I'm stuck wherever I'm at. I can't go nowhere because East Houston gonna be flooded. This side of Houston gonna be flooded. Downtown Houston gonna be flooded. So I can't go anywhere. So I couldn't. I had to sit out at my job for a couple of days because it was so fucking flooded. She asked about me. You know. Now when I met her in public, I said, "Hey, Claudia Barr." She kind of brushed it off. You know what I'm saying? So she's not the most sociable person in the world. But one thing I'm not gonna tolerate is somebody making this egghead motherfucker the scapegoat, making this poor woman the scapegoat for this motherfucker right here. Regardless of how Claudia Barr is in public, the thing is, her drug use haven't affected me at all. That's my thing. Her drug use haven't affected me at all. You know what I'm saying? As long as she was reporting that news and treating me with respect, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't cuss me out, we good. You don't have to speak to me. A person don't have a right. A person don't have to speak to you at all. You know, because people be like, well, she was rude in public. And, okay, what that got to do with this abusive bitch made motherfucker that whooped this woman's ass and tell the police you shouldn't be here. I didn't invite you here. How the fuck you going to tell a police officer that you shouldn't be in my house? Who the fuck says that to an officer?
I ain't never heard no shit like that in my life, man. I mean, you tell the police that shit, yeah, you going to jail. So that's the way I see it. I mean, I've been fortunate enough not to, ever since I told you about that incident that happened 2 months ago. Hell, I mean that my only form of contact with the police was reporting the incident. That's about it. And like I said, with that particular, I could have brought that little bastard up on charges, and he was facing some, which was domestic violence, and it was one type of domestic violence, and then he made a terroristic threat. So he was getting ready to face felony domestic violence charges.
Yeah,
but the thing was, if I had told his sister what was going on, she probably wouldn't have had his back on. So that's why I just just kind of let that slide, So I said, okay, but he gonna get his though. It ain't gonna be for me, it's gonna be for somebody else.
Yeah. And because dude, he jumped up in an incident that had nothing to do with him. Because one thing I know for sure certain, you don't strike me as nobody that will whoop somebody's ass. I mean, unless you have to in the situation. If you're one of the people that you know, it takes a lot to make you mad, and the only way you'll fight is you defending yourself. You know what I'm saying? As with the situation with this whole ass, he pulled up to your yard. Alabama law says if a dude pulls up in an aggressive manner, you have a right to do whatever. You know,
yeah,
so
yes, true.
yeah, I mean, because Alabama is one of the 40 stand your ground states, and their stand your ground laws specifically say if a dude pull up in an aggressive manner, you have a right to do whatever to this dude. I mean, shoot his ass, knife his ass, whatever. So he was in the wrong. He should have came over there in an aggressive manner. You know what I'm saying? His best that if something did happen between you and the mom, he should have diffused the situation and called the police. But he tried to handle it on his own, and he came to another in a neutral location to where he's in violation at that point. So, yeah, with you know, but with that being said, though, man, Scott Mattis need to plead guilty at this point. From what
he really do. I mean, I'm put it like this. I hope he saved his money.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm sure he'll get another job somewhere else in a whole other city. But he needs to go ahead and plead guilty. His best bet is to plead guilty because there's too much. Even if he try to fight that case, that's going to be a bitch in the hole because he don't want to be a 2-0
Shit, he can't go on Channel 3 because Channel 3 reported his ass.
Yeah,
and I don't think Channel 24 reported his ass, but I mean his best bet, man. Hell, he probably might want to go to I said shit, Nashville or something. Relocate to Nashville, get a job up there. Shit.
He may as well get another reporting job, in another city. They're probably gonna pay him out, whatever the payout amount is, and be like, "Bitch, get your ass off of Fox 13 and making the block hot." Because you know they do have code ordinance at those type of jobs because he is working for the public as well. So you know his best bet is to plead guilty. You know, make a statement, say, "Hey, I made a mistake," and call it a day. But you know, and if he's a smart man, he'll do that. So, but the memes in Memphis is going to continue, man. And again, like I say, man, y'all leave Claudia Barr alone. That woman retired about 3 years ago. Let that woman retire, goddamn.
Is she a low-key millionaire? I mean,
yeah, because she said when they threw her that party on Thanksgiving, it was on a Thanksgiving night when she retired, and she was like, she's in the real estate, so she's gonna, continue her fortunes in real estate. So, you know, it is what it is with that, man. And like I say, she does not have anything to do with that. You know, like I say, she's not the nicest person in public, but that don't have nothing to do with her. And the thing is, if you look at that woman's profile, who was Claudia Barr, that bitch looked like she's a hooker on Brooks Road in Elvis Presley.
You mean Lamar? You mean over there on Lamar? On
Lamar, yeah. She looked like a hooker on Lamar. She looked just like a hooker. You look at this chick. Take a good look at that chick I screenshotted. That bitch looked like a hooker on Lamar. And you trying to say something about Claudia Barr? No, get your ass back on Lamar and get slapped by your pimp, hoe. Because you need to sit your coon ass down. And that kills me about a lot of these Memphis ass motherfuckers, man. Memphis coons.
Sit your ass down and get slapped by your pimp.
Yeah. Go sell your fish smelling pussy out there on Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on selling your fish smelling pussy and leave Claudia Barr alone. That's my answer to that little thought pocket.
Yeah. And speaking of answers, man, let me send a shout out to that dude that called himself trying to clown you on YouTube. Let me leave you this piece of advice. Let me leave this gentleman that piece of advice. You do not poke the bear. Period. But you did it anyway. So now the bear scratched your ass up and chewed the shit out your ass. So if anybody decides to make comments on the Jimmy J Smooth's videos or live streams or whatever, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, my
But if
thing
you
is,
gonna come, but now if you gonna come, if y'all gonna come with a intelligent, um, like an intelligent point, like an intelligent answer or comment, that's fine and good. But don't be coming with no little fucking cool comments. Cause I think you shut that dude down after you told him, "Hey, say hello to your bitch dad" or something. And I mean,
nah, I said, hell, you know what I'm saying? I fucked your mama. Yes, I'm clown. I clowned your mama's pussy, and something to the effect of, what the hell? Let me do, because it was so. I clapped
you
back
said
at you.
something about you cloud your mama's pussy. Now go back and say tell your dad. So,
Let me be on top of this. Oh no, it was just so funny, man. Because he called me. Okay, of course I'm a clown. That's why I clowned your mama's pussy. Say hello to your daddy, bitch ass.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Oh man, so shit. You gotta come on my comment section trolling. I mean, y'all. I mean, y'all love trolling my page, but this ain't control page because I'm fully with the shits. That's one thing about me. I'm 1010% with the shits, and I got a thousand roasts for you. If you just look on my Facebook page, it's full of roast sessions. So
I be seeing it, dog. Shit. Hey, I be getting those too, man. And shit, lately I kind of been keeping busy myself, still recovering, but got a couple of jobs that's lined up for me. Amazon, they with the shit. They notify me about a lot of shit, about jobs, what they gonna have and shit like that. Then they'll turn around and say, "Oh, well, everything's full." So okay, well, fuck it. Well, I just move on. And then I put in the job over here with the hospital, man. So, but
yeah,
hopefully I get everything. If I get everything squared away, hell, even shit, fucking Lyft even hiring folks. They say even if you ain't got a car and supply you want. All right, shit. So I'm thinking about just doing that to kill the time. Be some money in my pocket.
well, you still got your driver's license. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually, from my understanding with Lyft, you could actually lease a car, and then once you get to a certain amount of miles with the car, they'll give you the option to buy the car out with Lyft or Uber. You know what I'm saying? So it's money in that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be on top of your hustle and stuff like that. But I'll discuss more of that offline and stuff like that on where to be at. You pretty much know where to be at, but I'll have that as more of a personal discussion. But looking forward to you to to get your money on that, man. Hopefully, man, you can make a little comeback, man, while you can, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and shit. But and speaking of comebacks, man, I'm gonna get a big shout out to my North Carolina Tar Heels, man. I don't know what it is about Gonzaga, but they bring the best out. They bring the best out of my boys every time these two play. And I'm shocked Villanova got their ass kicked by the very two teams. Hey, check this out. Villanova already matched their win-loss total from last year. Where they lost total from last year. Them fools lost to Kansas. The very team whose ass they whooped in the Final Four. I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that. I could not believe that. So,
yeah.
But with Gonzaga though, man, I give it to them because hey, they bring the best out the Tar Heels. That was the best ball that and I kind of I looked at the game. That's the best. That's really the best ball that I seen the Tar Heels play, and they need to keep it up, And also a favorite of yours, Chicken TV, he put out a video talking about some assists in the head of Joel Embiid. Now I had to get him. I said, man, you always be posting up, and this is what I said, and I quote: you stay posting up about what some teams need to do this and that. Dang, man, that's it. Get him a chance to jail. Talking about Joel Embiid ever since Joel Embiid complaining about ever since Jimmy Butler been on the team. His game ain't, his talking about his game ain't been the same. Talking about Embiid's game. But I see what Ticket talking about, but he did agree with me about that. He didn't block me. He didn't do nothing, none of that. Nothing. He commented on it and just said that, he said, like he said, he just gets sick and tired of folks talking about this and about that. And he said it ain't Jimmy Butler's fault. It's Embiid's fault. He said because he ain't the one stepping up his game. He decided to take a back seat. It's him. And I agree with him, man. I mean, like I said, Ticket, he didn't, like I said, he didn't block me or anything like that. He didn't block me or nothing. We just had a little simplified conversation, a little simplified response to a conversation.
Yeah,
however, he do. I told him, man, that's the man his own way. He needs to stop talking about who need to be traded because of some BS bullshit ass reason.
Well, the thing with Ticket, man, I mean, with basketball, like I say, from time to time, he can be over emotional about basketball, and that's mostly because he's a foreign basketball player, or I should say, former foreign basketball player. So I get it to a certain degree, but sometimes he can be overboard. Like I said, man, sometimes you just need to be like, "Hey, dude, chill out, dude." I'm like, "Damn, dude, shit." So, but with Embiid need to demand the ball in the post. He's one of those big men. He's one of those big men that could shoot it from the outside. He's got that badass turnaround J that nobody in the post can fuck with. I mean, him training with spending time with Hakeem Olajuwon, working on his turnaround J, that really played a factor with him being as good as he is. Because push come to a shove, I say people can't stop DeMarcus Cousins. Embiid can't be stopped either. Embiid one of them dudes, dog. If he spin around with that turnaround J, it's gonna be over for you. So he need to be more demanding of the ball. You know what I'm saying? He can hit it from the outside. He got a good mid range game and he got a good turnaround J. He needs to be more demanding of that fucking ball and need to be on top of it. And then what they need to do is they need to get Ben Simmons out that point guard position. I don't know what the fuck they got this lanky ass dude in the point guard position and put him at small forward. Come on, guys. I mean, I just don't get it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're too lanky for a fucking point guard position. I mean, he would be a lot more effective at the small forward. I mean, at the small forward position, because he would get people in foul trouble, man. Because he's got a. I mean, his drive to the basket is a motherfucker, man. Dude he don't have a jumper to be a point guard. That's first and foremost. His jump shot is shits. So they need to do something about that.
Well, dang, my bad, man. What Ben needs to do, he needs to stop telling everybody that lie. I'm gonna try to work on my jumper. That's cold for I'm not gonna work on it. I know my jumper's fucked up, but I ain't gonna work on it. That was his problem at LSU because when ESPN, my little love-hate relationship with ESPN is on a whole lot of things. When they hype this dude up, talking about, he's a big man that can pass, he can do all this, he can do all that. Okay, what about his jump? And then I remember Corey Wolf said something about what Johnny Jones didn't coach the man up. You coach the man up. You know his flaws, coach him up.
Yeah, what he did the thing was with Ben Simmons is he saw a talent with Ben Simmons and he was like, okay, I'm gonna let him do whatever the hell he wants. That was Johnny Jones' thing right there. He just gonna let him do whatever the hell he wants, and that came back to bite him in the ass, is letting him do what the fuck he wants. I mean, granted he had a father that was a basketball player, but still, he needs to be coached up still. He needs to be coached up still. Stephen Curry had a father that was a basketball player, Dale Curry, but he still learned how to play the point guard position.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, no matter what, you still got to coach these guys up, and that's what Johnny Jones fucked up on them, and so is the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't even know off the top of my head.
Budenholzer. No, not Budenholzer. I forgot his name myself. But man, Sixers got a lot of issues. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think they shouldn't have never traded Robert Covington. Because man, Covington was cutting up for him. He really was the Sixers' secret weapon. Sixers had so many secret weapons on their team, you didn't know who to prepare for.
Yeah.
And now Tom Thibodeau, they down there in Minnesota. Tom Thibodeau ain't using their ass right. You got freaking Derrick Rose coming off the bench, putting up starting numbers. Come on, man. What that tell you? Derrick Rose coming off the bench?
Yeah, and him putting up that 51 points. I think Derrick Rose's career was in the grave, but I think he got at least another year to redeem himself. And I mean, this is a dude that had a potential Hall of Fame career, but I'll give him about another year or two before he needs to bury that career in the grave, because he got more than enough money to retire with. And I think if he keeps on getting injured, which he's been healthy lately, but I think if the guy keeps getting injured, he just needs to.
Tom Thibodeau, from what I hear, Tom Thibodeau's style, he played them dudes. He played them dudes hard, man. Like he maxes their ass out.
Yeah.
That's why his job in jeopardy. Shit, I don't want to dwell on them two little fuck boys that them overpaid fuck boys up there either. Carl Anthony Clowns and Andrew Wiggins. So fuck them motherfuckers. And speaking of, man, hey, what did you think of Stan Van Gundy's epic burn about Phoenix?
I never heard about it. Can you elaborate?
Well, I sent you a video about it. The Suns owner was talking about trying to move the team. Okay, now here's the backstory to this. The Suns owner was talking about trying to move the team to another city or something like that. So Stan Van, the dude that be with him, that LME dude, he made a comment about that. It's risky. He was getting all long drawn out and everything. So Stan Van Gundy said, well, here's my opinion of it. He said, mine ain't gonna be long drawn out. He said he's worried about trying to get a team in Seattle. He need to be worried about trying to get a team in Phoenix.
But here's the thing
because you know what he mean, right? That Phoenix team they got right now is garbage.
They're garbage. They're garbage. But the thing about the West, it's hard to compete in the West, man. And I think the city has a legit right talking about they don't want to invest into a loser. But the thing is, this team
but you saw that video I sent you of the old lady, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
A good point. I mean, why you talking about asking $270 million for renovation? Their arena right now is the oldest arena there is. It was really known as the American West Arena.
Yeah.
And then shit, Charles Barkley talked so bad about it, and they said they nacho. They said, I heard of jalapenos on nachos. They said, I ain't never heard no pickle. But she right. Why we need to invest $270 million to help you invest in a team that's not winning?
But that's a double-edged sword. I'm gonna tell you that. They have a point, but that's a double-edged sword. First of all, that team been there since the 70s, 60s, and 70s. I think late 60s, 70s. Long time ago. But they were in the finals back in about 75, 73, 75. One of those fucking years. Anyway, that's a double-edged sword because one, you got teams that in major cities like New York. The Knicks haven't been relevant for years, and people still come to the game. People still, and now granted they have the same stadium that they've had forever, but they still invest in their team. They still support their team. Why can't a city that's let's say 4 or 5 times less the population of New York City, why can't they invest in their team? That's my thing. And $250 $250 is very low compared to what other owners have spent to build stadiums. You know what I'm saying? After people saw Jerry Jones invested $1 billion in the stadium. Now, granted, Tarrant County, which is located in the Arlington, which is the county seat of Arlington. I mean, which is Arlington. The county seat is Fort Worth. Excuse me. I digress though. But Tarrant County, which is where Arlington is where the county that Arlington that sits in. They still invested, I think, like $500 million in that stadium. But they got county to invest in it. Don't just get the city of Phoenix to invest in that stadium. Get Maricopa County, the entire county, to invest in that stadium.
Yeah, and I give Jerry Jones credit, man, and see people get their money's worth out that stadium too.
Yeah,
I've never been to their stadium, but I talked with a couple of people that actually traveled to there, and they said it's beautiful. It's
I will actually be at the stadium March the 16th. So for the Aerospins. No, I'll be there for the Aerospins Mikey Garcia fight. I'll be there for the fight.
Okay.
So I'll actually get an opportunity to actually go inside the stadium. And if you're in the Dallas area, definitely get to that fight. So I'm ready to see that fight for sure. But what they need to do is they need to get to the county, the entire county, to invest in that stadium. I mean, I get his point, and I get the people point as well, but still, I think there's a way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? To reduce the taxes on everybody, because there's more than enough taxpayers in Maricopa County to where it won't be a burden on everybody. So I think the county needs to come together on that more than just the city of Phoenix alone, because they got 1.5 million people in the city of Phoenix, and then they got 3 million in Maricopa County, in that big ass county. So they need to come together and be like, hey, let's go and invest in this team. Yes, our team sucks, but we either gonna be in it for the long haul, or we don't need to do it at all. So that's the way I see it. So they need to come together on it. I think he needs to go to the county more than he's going to the city. The city is gonna reject it, but if he goes to the entire county, like Jerry Jones did, that would have that would have been a lot better, because granted, Jerry Jones was going to go to the Dallas County Commission to restructure the Cotton Bowl Stadium, because he was going to use the Cotton Bowl Stadium as the new Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
And the Dallas County rejected it. So when he went to Tarrant County had gave him the okay, which is why it's in Arlington and not in the city of Dallas. So
right. And then I noticed what he did. Not Jerry Jones, he may do some questionable things. I mean, now he did do something that was pretty cool. I mean, he kept the Texas Stadium, but he put some money on with an add-on to it, because it's like he made like another little miniature. He made like another stadium right next to it, like a little high school stadium.
Yeah,
like a little indoor practice field and stuff like that, because like if like the high schoolers, they can, inclement weather like snow or whatever, they can come over there and practice.
Yeah,
he hooked them Dallas high school teams up, man. Shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Because most of those regional championships and district championships, they be played in those stadiums as well. So he did hook them up, and those stadiums because when I went to see my cousin's last high school football game, they had jumbotrons in that sucker. I'm like, damn, it was like I think it was a 30 or 40,000 seat stadium. It was more than enough. It was sold out on both sides, but they was playing.
High schools now they finally getting like mother. They're laughing at me about. They used to laugh at me about it then. I said, man, don't be surprised. Some of these gyms invest in some little video walls, you know, to put on where they can you know, replace the scoreboard. I'm noticing a lot of schools is doing that now. I think Hamilton they got one. Hamilton got one. Some of them other schools they got it. But I think if I ain't mistaken, Hamilton is on in Ridgeway. Them the only two that got the little video walls on each side. So
yeah, but they have more than enough money to do that, you know. And then Ridgeway is, you know, practically almost in Germantown, damn near. So yeah, they have the money to invest in. With Hamilton, you know, I think that has more so to do with the alumni. The alumni, man, because they have some pretty prominent alumni up there at Hamilton. And like I say, they dropped down to 2A, and they were playing in 3A, and they not too long won a state championship in 3A, and they dropped down to 2A and won a championship. And I should expect them to do pretty good at 2A this year again. But it's good to see those people invest into jumbotrons and stuff like that. But that's almost like a common thing, from what I understand. And Corey Wolf can correct me on this. I think in Katy, that new stadium in Katy, they got a little jumbotron going. I haven't been to that stadium yet, but Corey Wolf had been to it, so he should know better.
Yeah, but man, shit. But yeah, I mean, you know, Phoenix, and then, you know, eventually they'll get together, and the Suns do suck. But also, man, hope thoughts and prayers go to Shaq's son, man. He underwent a heart procedure. That's why you've been seeing Kevin Garnett on Inside the NBA. But Shaq's son, the one that went to UCLA, he had to undergo a heart procedure. So his they said he's okay, but right now they say his basketball status is uncertain right now. And you know, his ex-wife basically said, "Hey, don't worry about it." He said, "First, y'all need to worry about him living before y'all worry about that." So, man.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, he needs to be worried about living more than playing basketball. And his son got game. Let's not get it twisted. His son is pretty highly recruited guy out there at UCLA. But just focus on your health right now before you start focusing on basketball. I mean, if it's meant for you to play basketball, you will. I mean, and he can hit free throws unlike his dad. So, you know, it is what it is.
And he has a 3-point shot, unlike his dad.
Yeah, 6'10" and can take it to the three, can knock it down from 3-point range. I mean, he can definitely be at least a good role player in the NBA. I mean, because it's extremely rare for a father and son to both be great. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, he has potential. I'll say that. You know, now, I'll tell you another guy that got a lot who's going to be good. And that's Manute Bol's son. Manute Bol's son.
Yeah. Bo.
Yeah, Bo. That boy got game. I mean,
I was just about to mention him. That's why I say, hey, Oregon better join while they can, because after that, shit, that's it.
Yeah, and that boy got them long ass arms. It's almost like that dude, he got arms of a 7'7" dude. And he can shoot the three.
And he got a good post-up game, man.
Woo. Yeah, he can dribble. He has dribble for a big dude. So he got, man.
And his dad had dribble too.
Yeah. But his dad was the size. Go ahead.
But the dribble that we talking about, BB, we'll just call him that because he got his last name is his first.
Yeah.
The dribble that BB got, it's one in playground crossover dribbles.
Man, yeah.
You know, so Matt, the boy can move.
Yeah. And he has potential to be way better than his father. I mean, Manute Bol wasn't a bad basketball player in his right, but the problem with Manute Bol is he was the size of a small forward in terms of size. Because he was a 210-pound center in the NBA, 7'7". You know, he was just a real skinny dude, and people could post him up and bang on him, man. That was the only problem Manute Bol had. And he had a little jumper. Because there was one game he had like 7 threes in a game. Yep. And, you know, he didn't have much of a post-up game because he was too small. But you couldn't get that ball in that hole, I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? The coach would be like, hey, you stop this guy from going to the goal and you good. And, you know, you couldn't get that hole now. You know. So, and he's still.
Yeah, man. No. Excuse me. Go ahead.
And yeah, he's still in the top 10 of block shots all time. He's still up there.
Yeah.
In block shots per game because he averaged like 4 block shots per game. But it was just unfortunate how his dad had passed away because he really had a real bad suffering when he passed away. It got to the point to where that disease ate the skin off his mouth and stuff like that, unfortunately. And he died pretty horribly. And I'm glad to see his son do very well. You know, and he comes from a tribe that is full of 7-footers because it's the Nalutis tribe. You know, that tribe is full of 7-foot. The men are mostly 7-footers. So that's not uncommon in his family to be 7 feet tall. So it's in the genetics and stuff like that. So I just want to see that kid do pretty good, man, because we need more centers in the NBA. We need to get back to where the centers are centers in the NBA. You know, I don't mind the little crossover dribbles and the Stephen Currys or the shooters. But
but Marcus Cousins, he's trying to bring that back. He said, he said he's still gonna play his game, but the physicality need to be involved.
Yeah, which is why people
say you had back in the day, you had coaches that would get on centers for pulling up at the 3-point line and hitting it. You said they'll call a time, and that is true. Said the coach will call a timeout and chew the center out for shooting the 3. You're like, damn.
Yeah, because they wanted them to be they wanted them to demand respect in the goal at that goal, man. But you know, and like I say, it's nothing wrong with a center pulling up to shoot down to shoot a 3. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, if Golden State had a DeMarcus Cousins when Cleveland won that championship, there's no way Cleveland would have won that championship because they would have gotten too much foul trouble to even deal with DeMarcus Cousins. The thing was, the Golden State Warriors right now had enough cap space. Well, they had cap space last year to where they could have signed DeMarcus Cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
this is why people are speculating that Kevin Durant might not be there next year. No problem.
He don't stay, man. He's staying.
Yeah, I know he's staying. I mean, people are speculating, but I think he's gonna still be there. That man enjoys winning that championship.
Because he gonna stay.
Yeah,
I think Draymond the one they gonna get rid of.
Yeah, and they can afford to. They literally can afford a Draymond Green. They can afford to get rid of
Draymond. They can trade him
because they'll have a DeMarcus Cousins who's gonna demand respect at that post. Ain't nobody.
He's starting. I think he's starting this month. He back in the lineup this month.
Yeah, because that injury, I saw that injury, and I was watching that game live. And it was pretty nasty injury. And Boogie Cousins, they call him Boogie. They don't call him Boogie for no reason. That boy can get Boogie. He boogies down in that post. I mean, it's one of them dudes, dog. Man, he causes problems. You getting in foul trouble, you gonna get pissed off at Cousins. But Cousins just play the game he should. He's a classic center. And I think he would have lasted in the old school NBA. As physical as he is, he would have gave them hoes a run for their money. I'll tell you that. So, much respect to Boogie Cousins, man. And I'm interested to see the Golden State Warriors of this year, how they progress and how they do their thing. But what do you think about the Houston Rockets game versus the Lakers with them calling all those fouls for?
Man, hey, the sad thing is I don't have cable, but I be trying to, I try to, but somebody be uploading the games on YouTube, but I didn't catch that one. But I heard some things about it. I mean, true enough, Harden did get a triple double, but shit, I heard some things about it. And let me say this, Laker fans, y'all are not coming out of the West. Deal with it. Y'all not.
I agree.
Y'all are not coming out the West.
I agree. And here's the thing about you Laker fans. Y'all bitches have a history of cheating motherfuckers. That's first and foremost. You bitches, you LA Lakers fans, have a history of cheating motherfuckers. But y'all to complain about some shit. Well, they call these tic-tac fouls. You do that. Y'all do that shit because check this out. When the Rockets go back to the Lakers, go back to LA to play the Lakers, the calls are gonna go all they're gonna call everything on the Rockets. Yep. The thing is, and this is for basketball fans, when you're playing a rival team, Houston Rockets is up there, is one of the Lakers' biggest rivals. You know, up there with San Antonio. You know, Boston is their biggest rival. But if you want to talk about conference rival, you know, you got San Antonio, you got Rockets, you got the Suns, etc. You know, the Trailblazers, which that's a closet rivalry. That's kind of like Pittsburgh versus Cleveland, but I digress. Here's the thing, guys. When y'all going up against a rival team, and this is for anybody that's playing in any sport, you got to be ready to kick some ass the moment you step on the court, football, the diamond, whatever. When you're going up against your biggest rival, you better be ready to bring it. The problem was the LA Lakers did not show up for 48 minutes in the game. And then you want to complain that, well, they called no offensive fouls for Chris Paul and James Harden. That's what the fuck they gonna do, dumbass motherfuckers. They gonna do the same shit with Golden State too.
Yep.
So,
and mind y'all, Laker fans, y'all got your ass whooped by John Wall and them.
Exactly. So every fucking thing is not going to be peaches and cream. Every game is not going to be peaches and cream. You're just not going to be able to bully everybody like you've been doing. Yeah, you got 17, 16, 17 championships. How many fucking championships y'all got? You're not going to be able to bully everybody, Laker fans. And like I said, I have nothing against the LA Lakers personally. I like the Lakers. But the thing is, guess what? You motherfuckers gotta realize when you go on your route, when you go to San Antonio, when you come to any of these Texas teams, when you play any of your rivals, you better be ready to blow their ass out. If you're not gonna blow them out, don't be complaining about, well, they call ticky-tack fouls and shit. That's what they gonna do. James Harden is a star for Houston. Chris Paul is the star for Houston. They're gonna call every goddamn thing. What you expect? And let's be honest, some of them shits were fouls. You did foul James Harden. Now
they'll call a lot of shit for LeBron.
Yeah. So you got to deal with that. You got to play through that. If you can't play through the officiating, let somebody else get that opportunity to play basketball, because you got a better chance to go on in space before you play in the NBA. So give that opportunity to somebody that want to play basketball and not complain. You gotta play past that. You gotta play past that. When you on somebody else's home floor, your objective should be to whoop ass. Not complain about the foul calls. The foul calls is gonna happen. But if you handle your business and get them bitches out of there early, all right, you own like a pot of neck bone. It's just like when you a boxer going to another country. You gotta be ready to knock that motherfucker out within the early rounds. Because if it goes to a decision, guess what? The hometown boy gonna get the hometown decision. Same with basketball. So Laker fans, with y'all winning 17 championships, stop acting like you motherfuckers is innocent up in this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I gotta say about them hoes.
Agreed. All right, Jimmy. We're gonna get on these little questions here. A couple football questions. Well, here's one from me. Did you catch Pittsburgh and New England yesterday?
No.
Okay.
I haven't watched Pittsburgh. I haven't watched
they won.
Yeah,
And I really think though, everybody panicking at up there in New England, they 9-5. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the East. But if they manage to get to Atlanta again, if they manage to get to the Super Bowl in Atlanta and play either the Saints or the Rams, it's over. And the Rams pissed me off last night, man. You on live TV, and all of a sudden all of a sudden y'all motherfuckers have to forget how to play offense. But it was a close one though. But Eagles won 30-23. It was a pretty good game. I mean, Rams made some little key mistakes. And I think Sean McVay, he was too busy trying to match Doug Peterson. He called himself trying to outsmart Doug Peterson on a couple things, but Peterson turned it up, but he turned the tempo up a little bit on him. And Rams couldn't keep up. So shit, I really wanted to see two teams in NFC finish at 14-2.
My bad. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I really wanted to see two teams from NFC finish 14-2, but that more likely ain't gonna happen. So, what in the world is that you got on?
No, I was actually strolling through my notification to see if anybody called. So, do your thing, man. I'm actually turning the phone off, actually.
Right oh, okay.
Strolling through notifications. But do your thing.
Yeah, man. But you know, Rams disappointed me, and the fucking LA Chargers, man. Hey, woo, and hey, I don't know what the Chargers man saw with Anthony Lynn, but he got these boys right. He lets his staff coach. Okay, unlike all these other coaches that don't let they like all these other coaches that don't let they offensive coordinators or defensive coordinators do their job. Anthony Lynn lets guys like Ken Wisenhunt and Gus Bradley do their job. And it's shocking right now that they're 11-3, that they are 11-3, tied for the NFC West East and a possible home field advantage. So and then right now he's gonna possibly be coach of the year. I mean, they went 8-8 in his first year because they had a lot of damn fucked up shit, a lot of injuries and stuff like that. And from 8-8 to 11-3, that's pretty good. So
yeah, I'm pretty much not even watching NFL. I'm pretty much not watching. So, but,
yeah. But other than that, man, we got.
I do love it when New England loses, though. With Tom Brady Trump supporting ass. Love every minute of that shit.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyway, with a couple of questions, though.
All right, college football question. This one come from Miriam down there in Tallahassee. She said, "What's up, Jimmy and Craig?" She said, "I recently strolled through listening to some of Craig's the old live streams on Let's Draw on Something, and you guys had talked heavily about Jimbo Fisher. With me being a Florida State Seminole fan, I will admit I was glad to see that he was gone. Glad to see he was gone. Okay. My question to you two is, out of his past three quarterbacks that were in the NFL, why they don't make it? And I know she named them. She said Christian Ponder, E.J. Manuel, and Jameis Winston. She said, out of those three, why? You said what is their deal, and why do none of those quarterbacks ever have succeeded in the NFL?
Well, I can answer that. Well, with E.J. Manuel, he got injured, and Tyrod Taylor took his spot. And granted, Tyrod Taylor was already a I ain't gonna say a great quarterback, but he was decent enough to take his spot. So he was at a disadvantage in that situation. So E.J. Manuel's injury, that played a factor in him taking his spot, because I don't think he would have just took his spot had he still been healthy. So that was one of those situations to where, missed Christian Ponder shouldn't even been the starting quarterback at Florida State, much less in the NFL. I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest with you. He fucked off Adrian Peterson on a lot of his stupidity at the Minnesota Vikings. So he was over. But Florida State in general, those are their quarterbacks. You know, they're not really, they've never really been successful anyway. Look at Danny Cannell. Brad Johnson had an okay NFL career. He didn't have a spectacular NFL career, but he had an okay NFL career. And he pretty much was in a situation where Randall Cunningham took his spot. He wasn't going to come back either. So,
right.
But he did win a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, but he was an okay quarterback. He wasn't a world beater quarterback. Sometimes
Charlie Ward, forget Charlie Ward. He won the Heisman, but he opted to go to NFL. Can't say I blame. I mean NBA. Can't say I blame him.
Yeah, and then they drafted him really low, so that was another thing too. So you really couldn't blame him.
Oh, you talking about the Knicks when the Knicks drafted him?
No, we're not talking about the Knicks. He was drafted in the NFL, but he was drafted extremely. I think he was drafted. So
Charlie Ward drafted in the first round in the NBA.
Oh, I'm talking about the NFL. He was drafted pretty low in the NFL.
No, he didn't. He opted to play in the NBA. He didn't get drafted in the NFL.
Okay, all right.
Charlie didn't get drafted in the NFL. He opted to play in the NBA. But Charlie Ward, he went first round. He was mid first round in the NBA draft. But we are overlooking one quarterback though, Jameis Winston. I'm gonna be honest with you on some things. Let me start with what she asked about Christian Ponder. Kind of can fault Christian Ponder, kind of cuffs him in as the last of the Bobby Bowden quarterbacks, and let alone the first, Jimbo. Okay, Christian had some hot and cold moments, but he's mainly known for his little fuck off moment. Like up in Minnesota, legendary. Adrian Peterson stayed on his ass. You know, he had some fuck off moments against in Florida State. The one in particular when they played against Miami. It was just erratic, just gunslinging. Just didn't have time to read the defense. Dude was just slinging balls. Wasn't looking for the offense and nothing. And really, I think his only claim to fame is when he married old girl from ESPN. That's about it. EJ Manuel. He was okay. He was too inconsistent. Because when you have 21 interceptions in one season, and then you turn around, you have 23 in the next following season, you're not first round. You shouldn't be first round material, bro. Let's just keep it on. Let's be real. But in a bowl game, EJ will show his ass off. In the other game, that dude, he was total garbage. But like you said, he did get injured when he was starting for Buffalo. He was playing pretty good in Buffalo till he got hurt and Tyrod took over his spot. Now, Jameis Winston, if he learned to keep his hands off of women and stop lying about it, if he stopped being inconsistent, having that gunslinger mentality, if he stopped fucking the media off with half-ass answers about his faults and everything, and everybody sees his faults, and when he fails to acknowledge them, because he's Jameis, is something wrong. I agree with Louis Riddick, who on ESPN, who I think NFL teams are scared to hire this dude because he's fucking smart. He knows his football. He knows who to draft, who to hire, who not to hire, who to draft, who not to draft. And mind you, Louis Riddick used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, him and Brian Dawkins and Troy Vincent. And they weren't nothing nice during them days. Louis Riddick said it best. He believed Jameis Winston gonna get cut by Tampa Bay. I believe they are. Because see, because Tampa Bay got an option on. He got an option on his contract after the end of the year. So if he has some if he fuck up with have another off the field issue and stuff like that, you know, like okay, hate to pull the Claudia Barr move here, but Jameis Winston, you know, he got away with rape. He raped that chick. Okay.
Oh hell no! I'm gonna have to. Oh hell no! He did. No, he did not.
He did.
No, he did. He did not rape that chick because they were clear cut evidence that there was a previous affair with this woman. They were previously involved.
I'll take it back. Okay.
Now the incident with the Uber driver, that's a little shaky. I can't even speak on it. But
everybody said, but they had witnesses though. And you know, and then what Jameis didn't know was that he was on camera.
Yeah, with that's a little shaky. I don't know much about that, but I know with the Florida State incident, it was proven that there wasn't rape right there. That Florida State incident is a little different, but I don't know too much about the Uber incident, so I can't defend him on the Uber situation.
Now, I ain't gonna defend him on the Uber thing either, but I do take that back about the rape, about the girl about the rape. You know, he busts out loud in front of how can I put it? He busts out loud in front of the wrong people. You know, the ones that got that makes the comments in the other right place in their bank account. He busts out in front of them and says and holler something about some just fucking right. All you get to do is just fucking right in the pussy. Right in front of them.
Well, he was in the school cafeteria doing it because I remember one of my friends was talking about that. Yeah, well, that was some stupid ass shit on his end. I can't even.
And he didn't apologize for it, but
I can't even defend that right there. I
can't defend that either. But the Uber driver thing, and then you know, Jameis is really not a man. You know. When he be in trouble, he always have statements already prepared. Man, be a man and speak. Don't be having some shit that's already prepared, or have your family lawyer prepare shit for you. Speak.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
That's a little shaky for me. And like I say, I think once Tampa Bay cuts him, his NFL career gonna be over. So,
yep.
He needs to get it together. He needs to get it together.
Yeah. But so that answers a question. I think they succeed, but it's just on them. But some of them, like I said, just some of them quarterbacks, you know, mainly Christian Ponder really didn't have no business being in the NFL, period.
He didn't have no business being, like I said, he didn't have no business being the starter at Florida State. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, he just didn't have. He had no business being a starter. Period. But
he didn't have an it factor.
Yeah.
He didn't have the it factor. All right, let's move on here to War Eagle 470 from Auburn, Alabama. Said, hello, Craig and Jimmy. What are your thoughts on Gus Malzahn? Even though hiring Kenny Dillingham from Memphis to be the new offensive coordinator, what are your thoughts on Malzahn still wants to call plays?
Kelly Dillingham is going to be the offensive coordinator for Memphis, right?
No, for Auburn. He was the offensive coordinator for Memphis.
Well, Malzahn need to step out. Need to step back. That's my.
Agree.
He need to step back. He need to let. It's good to give input on the offensive system, but he needs to step back. I'll be honest with you.
I agree because he called the play. He called plays early. He called plays this season. That's why where they are now. So, I mean, the running game was shit, passing game was shit, but then when somebody else called it, they work pretty good. So, he doesn't need to call the offense. You know, my thing is, why how offensive coordinator you still gonna call plays?
Because he's a damn fool, and he's gonna get his ass up out of there. So he need to prepare for that Arkansas job ASAP.
Yeah,
That's my thing with Gus Malzahn, because Auburn want to beat Alabama, So you can't beat Alabama, then Auburn fans is ready to get your ass up.
and then plus, see what's holding him back is he got a $32 million buyout. So
That ain't gonna make no.
This year though, I'm put it like this: if they go with a set another 75 finish this next season, he's out the door. Period.
Right.
He's out the door. He is definitely out the door. So that's all I can say. And I'll say this, man. I really think, some of these coaches, shout out to my guy, NY_Kia31 on Twitter. And he's a residential Madden player and NCAA football player. We normally chat time to time. And hell, I played him one time on the NCAA game. He would know it. I gave him a pretty good game on it. I lost by a point, but anyway, he said it best. Reason why coaches like to call their own plays, he says, not only because mainly it's their system, but some of these coaches have some fucked up egos.
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, Mike Norvell. I mean, yeah, he made Dillingham his offensive coordinator, but it was still Norvell's offense. Sometimes Norvell did call the plays, but he let Dillingham call some. I don't like this here. If it's your offense, show the guys how you run it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the way I would look at it.
Yep. And another little question. Speaking of Memphis, Go Tigers 52 asked the question: Are we ever going to see Memphis and BYU play in a bowl game, or in a home and home game? Let me answer that. No, it's not being funny. If you remember that bowl game, Jimmy, I forgot what year it was. That was Fuente's first bowl game. He got to Memphis, and Memphis played BYU. And it was a shootout. It was a good ass game. It was a shootout. And then toward the end of the game, a fight broke out. So I think one of the BYU players started with a Memphis player and stuff like that. It was like old sideline brawl and shit. BYU could. I forgot who won the match, won the football game, but folks said it was a good game. Huh?
Memphis. That was when we had whatchamacallit at quarterback. I forgot. Paxton Lynch. We had Paxton Lynch that year, and it was a shootout. And what happened was the Memphis Tigers celebrated, and BYU was still salty, like the little hoes they were. And Memphis, the whole Memphis football team got on them Catholic boys. I mean, those Mormon asses. So yeah. I don't think BYU is going to schedule a game against Memphis for one or two reasons. Number one, it does not benefit BYU to face a Memphis Tiger team. Because if they beat Memphis, okay, you just beat another outside Power 5 team. If you lose to Memphis, ha 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 ha! You lost to Memphis. It's one of those situations.
Well, here's the thing, though. They did have a home and home series scheduled after that season. They played after that bowl game. They played because the first game was going to be in Memphis.
Yeah, but still, it does not benefit BYU's football team. Now they'll play all day basketball, but it's not going to benefit them personally. If BYU don't see a benefit to play a football team, there's a reason why the BYU name teams like Michigan. They play teams like they play teams like the University of Utah. They still got a
Notre
series.
Dame.
Notre Dame and those guys. They play those
Well,
guys.
that's the Utah legislator.
Yeah. So yeah, they play those guys so they could get a big ranking and stuff like that, and it would boost their program again. Because when they won a national championship, that was like the quietest national championship ever won in history. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they have to have something that's beneficial for them. It has to be beneficial for BYU, and them playing Memphis is not going to benefit them in their minds. I'm speaking on their point of view. I'm not speaking on what it is. It is what it is. I'm speaking on the way they see it. They see it is not going to benefit them because if they lose to Memphis, it's like ha, you motherfuckers lost it. So
That's true.
then they got to take that L.
Yeah. They said it was supposed to be a 4-game. I think they said it's supposed to be a 3 or 4 game series between them. Now Central Florida and Florida, they finna have a home starting next year. First game gonna be in Central Florida, and the next 2 gonna be in Gainesville. But the AD for Central Florida is like, okay, why you just can't have the last game on a neutral site?
Yeah, I mean, good point. No arguments there.
That's what Central Florida AD said. He said, okay, why would he say that? It's not fair to us. We gotta play. We playing just 3 games. Y'all get the last 2 at home, and then we only get 1. It's 1-1 at home, and then the last one be on a neutral site.
Yeah.
So that's all the question. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think Central Florida, in my personal opinion, they got fucked.
They did
for the second straight year. It would be a outrage about that, and I'm glad the Central Florida staff, the Central Florida fans, bitching about it because it's going to be one of those years to where most of the top 10 is going to be undefeated, and that's going to have a lot of controversy. So it should be at least 10 teams. I mean, 8 teams.
8. Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly even mentioned that. He said, have 18. He said, but it was highly unlikely. He said, now the 18s, he said, more likely you'll probably have give or take 4 or 5 that's going to be undefeated.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
Have an 8. Have an 18 playoff. Do it just like they do Division I. Like Mike, what's his name? Mike Lee said the same thing. He said you can't structure playoff. He said, look at what Division I AA does. And look what Division II, Division III, look at what Division I AA does the playoffs. He said, you know what I'm talking about with North Dakota State and Youngstown State and everybody else. He said, look how they do their playoff.
Shit. Fucking the NIA does it better than fucking the FBS.
Yep.
So shit.
Yep.
I mean, they need to get their shit together. The FBS need to get their entire shit together, man. And they did Central Florida wrong. Let them play this shit on the field. Let them play at Alabama or Clemson. If they lose, hey, it involves. Shit. You let fucking Boise State, who played in a weak division, got 1 good win out the whole year, played in the BCS. Why can't you do the same for them for UCF? At least let them prove themselves. You might be surprised. UCF might fuck around and beat one of these teams. They might fuck around. You know what? I give UCF a good chance against Notre Dame. I give them a semi-chance against Clemson, but I don't think they'll beat the Clemson. The 2 teams I don't think they'll beat is Alabama. I think they got a chance against Oklahoma. I'm about to say Oklahoma. I was going to say Oklahoma beat them, but I think they have a hell of a chance.
They too easy.
But I think they'll beat. Yeah, 2 of the teams in there they'll beat. But Alabama, I don't think they'll beat. But
no,
they have a good argument. They went undefeated. The conference is the American Conference is not as bad as people make it out to be. Because it was a point in the American Conference to where you had at least 3 or 4 teams coming out ranked this year. But the thing was, this year in the conference, you had about 2 ranked teams throughout the whole year, and
Yeah.
the conference had a down year. But there was some time with the conference where you had 5 ranked teams in the conference. You know, we was knocking off big name opponents, SEC opponents, Big 12 opponents, and shit like that. So that's not a conference that I would sleep on, because UCF have proven they can beat big name teams out there. They have done it before when you had the Big East out there. You know, they won the Big East when they had Blake Bortles, and before they strictly made it a basketball conference. So yeah, they need to be given the same chance that all the other teams are given. So if they go undefeated in the American Conference, because trust me, the American Conference is not tough. I mean, the American Conference ain't no bitch ass conference. You could lose to Houston, you could lose to Memphis, you could lose to Temple, Cincinnati, Central Florida at any given moment, because that's how tough that conference is. So, you know, I think they should have had a chance though. But that's my take on that.
Yeah. Well, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done.
Live and direct. So, man, you got anything else, man, before you get up off this home?
Man, not much, dude. The only thing I do is feed my face and chill out, bro. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Well,
back to my regular scheduled program for tomorrow. And still look for a gig and stuff, because the holidays coming up. Then the kids get these college kids gonna go back to school. So
yeah. But once again, this your boy live and direct in full effect out the 832 with my boy out the 662, and y'all already know how both of us do. Peace out, man, and y'all have a happy holidays up in this home. Peace out.
And same here. And same here, y'all. Merry Christmas. Oh no, and more likely, I don't know how Jimmy will be. I think more likely on his end, it won't be no special Jimmy J Smooth Network next week.
We'll see about that, man. We'll see about that, because
I may bring back the Let's Draw on something, because I got something special planned for that.
We will be traveling. I will be traveling, but that don't mean we can't have a show for show. So
that's it.
You know, just let me know your situation, how that lift situation do with you, man. So once again, it's your boy live and direct out the 832, live and direct with my boy out the 662, and y'all already know how we do. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Later.